What do you make of the timing of these strikes by Israel?
I think Israel had concluded that the chances for a diplomatic resolution of the crisis were effectively non-existent, which I think has been clear for some time. But they also concluded that the danger, the risk, the existential risk to Israel of Iran actually achieving nuclear weapon status had finally gotten to the point where they didn't believe there was a margin of error left. So I do think, at least in their minds, they waited until the last minute to attack.
President Trump has said today that he knew everything about these attacks, but Marco Rubio was very quick to come out and say the US was not involved. What is your assessment of what is going on
Right.
and the extent of US involvement?
Right. I think on Friday, Donald Trump is racing to catch up to what he sees as a successful Israeli operation. On Thursday night, Marco Rubio's statement was really quite striking. He went out of his way to say it was a unilateral Israeli attack and did not say anything customary in circumstances like that about U.S. support for Israel. That perhaps could have reflected the fear that things would go wrong and that Trump would be blamed for it. But now he's trying to get to the front of the parade. And so he's issued a series of statements. We support Israel. The attack had excellent results, that the Iranians were given 60 days by him, and the attack took place on the 61st day. As I say, he's trying to take credit because no success goes by without him noticing it.
So to that end then, is this Netanyahu driving US foreign policy?
Well, driving Trump, which is a lot easier. Look, it's been obvious to me for 25 years that Iran wanted nuclear weapons. It was determined to have them, and that the only way to stop them was to use force or to see the regime overthrown. And I think that's been proven out at long last.
What do you see will be the response from Iran's allies?
Well, I think Iran doesn't have allies. I think it has its terrorist proxy groups that have been pummeled by Israel. Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis are all in much worse shape than they were before the Hamas attack of October 7, 2023. The Assad regime, really the only main Iranian state ally in the region, is gone. And the Shia militia groups in Iraq, which have been armed and equipped and trained by Iran, really have limited targets, and obviously U.S. personnel are taking every measure they can to protect themselves.
Will this derail the talks at the weekend? President Trump is still talking about a nuclear deal with Iran. Will Sunday happen?
As long as Iran insists on maintaining a domestic uranium enrichment capability, I don't think there's any deal to be made.
Do you feel like those talks are progressing or had been progressing up to this point?
I don't think there's been any progress in the talks since the United States conceded that Iran could have a domestic uranium enrichment capability that led to the 2015 deal. That was the mortal sin that gave Iran the ability to enrich uranium in what we now see are effectively unlimited quantities. It's true there's a lot we don't know about the Iranian nuclear program. None of it can be good.
Ambassador, knowing President Trump as you do, what is his next move here?
I think what he should do is move additional U.S. resources into the region, number one, to protect our deployed forces at places like the Al Udeid Air Force Base in Qatar, to help support the defenses of the Gulf Arab countries that have a legitimate concern that Iran might attack them, and also obviously to help with Israel's air defenses against what is a certain increase in Iranian attacks.
Ambassador, thank you very much for your time.
Well, thanks for having me.